All right, welcome to the show, everybody. It's Adamcast Monday. It is an exciting week. I have a couple fun interviews this week. I'm not going to tell you who else because it's exciting, and I'm going to drop them as the days go. You're going to find out. But today we've got someone special, Rekieta Media. Welcome to the show, bud. How you doing?
Hey, what's up, man? I'm great. Thank you for having me on. I'm pumped.
Yeah. I'm pumped as well. Thank you for joining me. My chat actually introduced me to you. So you have a lot of fans that follow me that were like, hey, you guys should do something together. And then we had the pleasure of meeting over on the Quartering show, Jeremy's show, a couple weeks back, talking about Gina and the whole thing that happened with Gina, which is just ridiculous.
No, she deserved it. I've changed positions. She deserved it.
Ouch.
I'm just
All
kidding.
right. And that's our show. Good night, everybody. Oh, that's funny. Yeah, no. Yeah. So that was a good show. Yeah, Gina, she's did you see her interview with Daily Wire?
I saw the first we watched like the first 20 minutes of it on Yellow Flash's show.
Oh, cool.
The whole time I was thinking, I feel sorry for Ben Shapiro because
why?
Well, because he lives his life in fast forward. And so he would spend like 1 second asking a 20-minute long question. And then she would answer like a normal person. And I know he's sitting there like going through lists of things he has to do or whatever, waiting for her to catch up. And he's like, God, it must be insufferable to have to talk to him on a regular basis. I like him. Don't get me wrong. I think he's a funny little man, but I couldn't imagine talking to him for any extended period of time.
I definitely get what you're saying, though. He definitely seems like he's like moving faster than everyone else. And I know
Adam, I think we need to get to the issue of abortion.
I know someone that's like that in this house that I live with, that I worked with for a while. Not to name names, but I totally know someone like that. But yeah, it's good. But she had some awesome stuff to say. One of my favorite quotes that she said, what did she say? It's like, don't ruin my life with lies when your life can be ruined with truth. And she dropped that. That was more towards the end. And I was just like, oh,
that's a good one.
Oh, damn, that's good. Yo, shout out to Gina, though, man. I'm really excited. I actually signed up to Daily Wire with the promo code Gina to get a little discount. Shameless plug for, I'm not getting paid for that, by the way. That's not, anyway, because I wanted to hear what she had to say and what her plan for the movie that she's going to do is. And just to, I mean, whatever, I'm spoiler alert. You don't have to sign. I'm going to tell you a little bit. Not going to tell you it all, but I'll just say that she was essentially alluding to, she really likes artistic movies, like, you know, things where everyone has a say and it's not just like the director tells everyone. You know, she wants to get everyone on board, and she just seems like I want to work with her. She really does seem like she's cool to work with. Like, she really wants everyone to be involved and to everyone have a good time, like, doing it and not be stressed about it. Yeah, I have a new respect for Gina after listening to that interview. It's pretty good.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to what they come up with. I think the future of entertainment is much less Hollywood centric. I mean, we're never going to get away from like big blockbuster sensational movies, but I think people's go-to entertainment is, shockingly, it's like watching dummies like us. But more and more, like my kids don't watch mainstream TV. They don't watch anything like that. I mean, we've been off cable. They watch YouTube, just like the audience here, just like everybody I know. They're like tuning into YouTube, or they're, you know, they might have a show or two that they go grab on Hulu or something like that. But generally speaking, they're moving away. And the good news is it's getting to the point where someone like Ben Shapiro and the Daily Wire can put out very quickly a movie that is comparable in quality of production to any sort of Hollywood studio. And,
I'm excited to see what they do, for sure.
Yeah, and so if they can get the writing and the acting down, you know, and it's baby steps. You know, they're not always going to be the greatest things ever, but supporting them is important because they will make it so that the industry people see that there is potential outside of just Hollywood. There's a ton of talent around the world, and we can exploit it, and we can make the same stuff or better.
That's so true. We're going to see it. I mean, I heard that the first movie that they did, Run, Hide, Fight. I can't think of the name of it, but It's good. They're like, dude, it's good. You got to watch it. And now I've subscribed today, and I'm gonna watch it. I'm pretty excited to see what they do. And hearing about Ben basically was saying like, what do you want to do? Like, anything you want to do, we can do it. I mean, let's make it happen. That's the first time I've ever tried to
no, it's Ben good. Through. You nailed it.
just speak a little faster. I mean, that's
you got to go like this though when you do it. You gotta get down.
It's really good. Just go really fast.
If I could give director's notes to Shapiro on that interview, it'd be like, stop hunching over. He was like slouched like this. Just the whole interview, he's like hunched forward. And I was like, Gina Carano's sitting there. She's got her shoulders back. She's kind of reclined. She looks very nice. And I mean, she's an athlete, right?
Yeah,
so
true.
She's got a strong back and everything. So it's kind of natural for her. But then the stark contrast between her sitting there nice and upright and him like,
yeah, that's true. You know, you can tell that she's really comfortable in her, just herself. She knows who she is, and you can tell when someone, not to say Ben doesn't know who he is, but she's very, she's been bombarded and, man, she talks about it, how rough it's been, by being attacked by all angles, but to still be as solid as she seems. It's like, man, all right. That's like, again, I said it's new respect for her. So, well, we're looking forward to it. Well, let's talk about you. Let's talk about you now. All right.
Oh, my favorite subject.
Yeah. Let's talk about you. So where are you from? Where'd you go to law school? Like, give us the good details.
Sure. I'm Nick Rekieta of Rekieta Law, a small law firm in central Minnesota. I was born down in Houston, Texas. I was born in actually a kind of a really shady area, right between two much shadier areas. So I grew up for the first 10 years of my life, kind of in the hood, which was fun. Okay. That was in the 80s. And then my dad worked for Cray, the big computer people. All their computers are like 6 feet tall in the shape of a C. And then now they're the shape of a Walmart. They're these giant like server farms is what they look like.
Oh, dang. Okay.
But he worked for them and they moved us up to Minnesota in the early 90s. And so then I lived up in this cold, frozen hellhole that is Minnesota. And from there, I went to college at this place called Southwest Minnesota State University with an undergrad in literature and creative writing. And then I got out of college and realized I needed to actually make money.
It's pretty important.
So I was like, oh, good. I'm glad I spent those 5 years doing nothing of import. And then I got married right during my last, I think it was right before my last year of college. So my wife and I moved to the Twin Cities. I started working for banks and ended up working in the brokerage services area of Thrivent Financial. And then moved out to the country, worked for Thrivent for a little while longer. Then that stopped. And I tried to find something to do in the country, but all of my skill set was in banking. And there's not a lot of banking other than retail stuff out in the country. So I said, I can do law anywhere. And I went to law school and it was William Mitchell College of Law. It's one of the old, it's like, I think it's the oldest nighttime law school in Minnesota for sure, but maybe in the country. They've also, it gets made fun of because it's a smaller school, but they produce 9 Supreme Court justices, 1 Chief Justice of the U.S. Supreme Court, and 8 Minnesota ones. But it was just a school. Like I'm talking about it, but it wasn't really special.
It was a good school, though. I mean, obviously, it produced some high-ranking judges.
A long time ago. Let's not oversell the school. Let's not oversell this. That's their job. But yeah. So I went to the school. I had a family already at that point. I didn't go to law school till I was like 30 or 31.
Oh, okay.
And so I had a kid. I had a second kid coming my first semester, and then I ended up with 4 kids by the end of law school, or whatever, 3 or 4. I don't know.
Wait, you're not sure?
I really don't remember the timeline anymore.
But you know how many kids you do have, though, currently, right?
I have 5 now, yes.
Okay.
I have 5 now. I just don't remember if the 4th one was out by the time that I finished.
Oh, good. That's the confusion. All right, good. Because could have been bad. Your wife's over there like, oh, I'm gonna get you when you get off this stream.
All I know is pregnancies while I'm going to law school 2 hours away are very stressful.
Right. My goodness, 3, possibly 4. So stressful, you're not even sure.
Yes, exactly. But yeah, then I graduated. I had my own firm for a couple years. I mean, I still do. I just don't do very much with it because now I'm on YouTube. And that's I've been on YouTube for a little over 3 years now, and that's kind of my main gig. I really like it. It's more fun than going to court.
I bet. Yeah, ranting online, it's pretty good. I got to be honest. It's new for me also, but I enjoy it.
Yeah, it's
is that when law-splaining? Is that when law-splaining was born?
Yeah. So a brief origin story of my channel.
Yeah, go ahead.
There's a lawsuit between 2 internet old school people, Dick Masterson and Maddox. I don't know if you've heard of either of them.
I've heard of the former.
Dick?
Yeah.
Okay, Dick. So Dick Masterson had a show with Maddox, who Maddox is old school internet satire. Like, I was reading Maddox's webpage in college or in high school.
A while ago.
It's called The Best Page in the Universe. They had a great podcast called the what was it? The Biggest Problem in the Universe. And they basically each day they would bring in some problems, and then they would crowdsource what was the biggest problem in the universe on a list by the users voting for it. Really good show.
Yeah.
Very funny.
I like that.
After 2 years, they have a bad breakup and the show splits up. And then they each go start their own shows. And a little bit later, Maddox ends up suing Dick for $20 million.
What? Okay. So that's a ridiculous amount.
Oh, it's absolutely insane. Okay. So I'm sitting on my couch with my wife watching TV, and this thing pops up. And so I'm a fan. I pull up the documents. I start reading them. I said, this is the dumbest thing I've ever read in my entire life.
Okay.
So I'm going to go sit in front of my computer, drink whiskey, and I'll tell people what the lawsuit says. Cause I have spent too much money to get trained in this. And so I didn't have I had a YouTube channel, but it wasn't anything. It was like, I uploaded a clip of John Lithgow saying, "The devil's in here," from Footloose. And that was like it.
That was your main video.
Yeah, that was and it got they claimed all my revenue from it. But no, so that was the only thing I had on there. And so I upload this video with no intention of this ever being a thing. I just wanted to upload it somewhere so I could share it in the Facebook group for Dick Masterson to tell people this lawsuit's ridiculous and here's why. Yeah. Well, it kind of took off and people liked the idea of some jerk sitting there drinking a bunch of liquor, reading lawsuits. And so the channel was born, but I started with this stupid name of Law-Splaining the Interwebs. I wanted to pick it's
not bad. It's not bad. All right. It's so-so. Just,
it was designed to be like, like a 50-year-old man finds the internet and decides to do a show. That was the idea. And I was like, I know what I'll call it. And I was making fun a little bit of this guy named Ken White, who's Pope Hat. He's somehow a respected online legal commentator. Okay. And he did law-splaining stuff. His like blog, he would law-splain stuff to people. And I was like, this is an old man who found the internet. I can definitely emulate Old Man Who Found the Internet by just ripping off this title and adding interwebs to make it seem even stupider. So that's nice. And now I'm kind of stuck with it.
So you kind of it was a troll. You were trying to troll somebody and you ended up trolling yourself.
Yes.
You're like, damn, I got to go with it now.
Rookie mistake.
Yeah. That's good. All right. So law-splaining was born. So that's pretty good though. I mean, people do. I mean, man, lawyer talk sucks. I mean, goodness sakes, listening to people try to I've been reading a lot of bills, and most people in governments for some reason are all lawyers now, and they do this lawyer talk where really any law can be, it depends on the perspective and how they twist it. And I mean, really, it's just like whatever they want it to mean. I mean, that's just so ambiguous. It's just, or whatever. don't even know if that's a word, but you know what I'm talking about. You just, ambiguous. Maybe that's what I'm looking for. But
yeah,
I'm so frustrated with that. There's these thousands and thousands of pages long, and they
they're
goodness sakes.
insane.
Yeah, it's
They're
ridiculous.
insane amounts of writing that they do. And of course it's not even done really by lawmakers. It's done by some special interest group who hires a bunch of lawyers. They put together big chunks of bills, and then they aggregate those through their legislative aides into some AIDS riddled package, and they deliver it with a stupid acronym to some 900-year-old senator. And he comes out and he's like, you know what's great? We'll pass the CARES Act. It's like, oh, thank you.
Like American Glory Act or something like that, where you're like, that sounds good.
It's CARES. Children are really extra special. The CARES Act, but it has nothing to do with that at all. Like,
yeah, it's like $500 million to the war machine. It's like, it's the CARES Act though, because we care. We care to kill people.
We care about sending soldiers overseas. So we're gonna do it more. It's like, oh goodness, stop. But yeah. I hate the process. I of course dislike lawyers probably as much as, if not more than everybody else too. They're really awful people. Universally.
It's like when nobody hates bad cops more than good cops. It's kind of like the same thing, right? No, like you're a good lawyer. Nobody hates bad lawyer. Are you not? Are you on record admitting that you're not a good lawyer?
Look, I'm just fine. I'm just fine for a lawyer. I am not. But one thing I have never, ever done, and I will never do, is I never oversell myself, my experience, or anything. I'm just a guy who went to law school and practiced on his own for a couple years. I don't know every aspect of the law. I try to be right in what I say. I really do.
Good way of being.
Yeah, but I'm just a guy. I'm not special. I'm not out here. I'm not like, I'm a high-powered litigator. I will ruin your enemies' lives for you. That's not my style. I would literally much rather hang around on YouTube, talk with normal people, and have a good time.
Nice. So. I mean, that's good. Let's talk about what happened today. What the heck happened to you today? YouTube cut you off?
I'm hanging around on YouTube, talking to normal people, having a good time. Like I said, watching
law splaining like usual.
We were watching. I've been doing this new thing where whenever Congress gets together to talk to each other, for some reason, I masochistically watch it.
Oh, gosh.
So I was watching
Someone has to do it.
I was watching the Senate confirmation hearing of the new Attorney General to be Merrick Garland, who this guy is super funny because they were trying the entire time to forget the fact that he was not he was nominated for the Supreme Court, but the Republicans stopped him from getting into the Supreme Court, and that this entire appointment is literal revenge for that. And they're trying to just like, no, that's not why. It's because he's the right guy for the job. And the Republicans are like, well, but have you ever been to the border? And he's like, no, I've never been to the border. And they're like, well, what do you know about drug cartels bringing people across the border and flooding our immigration system? I don't know anything about that. It's like, oh, okay.
What do you know? Guys, saw those clips. Like, oh my gosh, this guy, what does he know? He knows how to say the word I learned that.
Really good at that. He's got that one down.
He's got it down.
I would love someone to remix his into music, right?
All right, you heard it here. All right, that needs to happen. All right, so go listen to that Senate hearing. You don't have to listen to a lot of it. Just pick a couple clips, just snag those and make an remix. It'd be good.
It'll be good. Yeah, it'll be fantastic. There's a new Mortal Kombat movie coming. They need a new theme song. Just get the out. Get the out.
Or just take whatever theme song they come out with and just drop those into it. Like, marry the two. It'd be perfect. All right. So you're watching it masochistically, watching this YouTube video or making, law splaining. Go ahead.
Yeah. 3 hours, just under 3.5 hours into it. And it just shuts down. I've never had this happen. I've never. Now, some people think I make really controversial content. YouTube has never, ever expressed to me that I make controversial content. I've never had a warning. I've never had a strike. Nothing like that. The worst thing that's ever happened to me are a couple, demonetized live streams and videos. And when I say demonetized, I mean not ad suitable, right? So, so I still get all the super chats and everything is fine. Never had a problem. Today they shut it down completely, gave me a warning strike for community guidelines, and they told me that it was because they detected I was using someone else's material, which is not true. The stream I was showing the audience was from the U.S. Senate specifically. It's from their website. It was not filtered through C-SPAN or Washington Post or anything like that. I'm using a publicly recorded, publicly available hearing, and that was it. What they put on my channel, though, was scam, deceptive practices, or spam. So when people clicked on the link, it said this stream is taken down due to violations, scam, deceptive practices, and spam. Wow. So I don't know what scam there was or deceptive practice because I wasn't selling anything or advocating any product. I have no idea what that would be. I've reached out to YouTube. I'm hoping to get answers on it. I don't do things in private. So everything will be out on my Twitter and on YouTube as I get information about it. I'm waiting to hear back right now, but I was furious when it happened. Because like you could hit me with a hot, you could hit me with some sort of hot comment that I said somewhere, and I may deserve it at some point. But this was not that. This is so mundane. The daytime shows I kind of toned down. I don't have as many edgy jokes. I don't talk about how Australia's fake. I don't do anything like that on the daytime shows. So to have it happen here was really, really, really frustrating.
Yeah, and you found out from someone else saying, because you have it here, that they sent you this violation because it may have belonged to someone else, like you said. Yeah. And then someone actually came out and said, actually, I mean, they told me. That's why I've got this video up here. That the video was removed for violating YouTube's policy on spam, deceptive practices, and scams. It's like, so, well, which is it, YouTube? I mean, did they even respond at all? I know you've been tweeting at them.
Team YouTube has not responded to my tweets as far as I've seen. Okay. They're too busy telling Sinatra Says that his video had pornography in it.
Did it? I don't know.
He says no. He says no. So I can't imagine that it did, but whatever. So they're too busy doing stuff like that, and telling people that you don't get a play button at 1,000 subscribers to address the strike. So they haven't responded, but I've reached out through email to a YouTube contact, and I'm waiting to hear back from them on what the issue is. To be clear, they have responded to me. They said they're looking into it. So I'm waiting to hear back on that. I've also filed the appeal as I'm supposed to. And I told them in the appeal that there was nothing related at all to what they sent to me in that video. So,
yeah, because you were just, watching and I mean, what were you? I mean, regular commentary, I'm assuming, right? Responding to what they were asking him and questions and stuff.
I was going, a lot. I was doing that.
Someone in chat, I got it. I don't know who said it, but I saw it. And someone goes, finish him, because of the Mortal Kombat. And I was like, oh, that's so good. I wish I thought of it, but shout out to whoever said that. I saw it. It was
finish.
It was so good.
But no, it was very normal commentary, very run-of-the-mill commentary. I wasn't saying, again, there's nothing really controversial to say about the hearing. It's just the most controversial opinion you can have is that this guy doesn't seem like he should be attorney general because he doesn't seem to know the issues. He spent a long time as a judge.
Whoa. Did you say that?
I did, I think.
Whoa. That's against the narrative.
That is true.
Now I get it. It's obvious now. You spoke against the narrative.
I rescind everything, YouTube. You guys were correct.
Yeah, no, I don't think so. I think it's too late. And I think you're right. I mean, from the clips that I've seen, I didn't watch it. I couldn't bring myself to do it. I knew people like you were doing it for me, so I can, just interview you and be like, tell us about how bad of a job he would do. And that's what I'm getting at. And so that's what I'm seeing. I'm just like, and it's really funny though. I still see like NBC, CBS posting the clips of like the 1 minute where he had one thing where he sounded noble And I'm like,
Right.
oh. And then the rest of my feed is like, I don't know anything about that.
Yeah.
Wait, you don't know if it's legal or illegal to like come into our border illegally? It's in the question, man. It says
It's not
to
even
illegally come across the border. Like, yes, it's illegal.
It's even worse that he says, I haven't thought about it. What do you think? What do you mean you haven't thought about it?
Right.
Should it be illegal to cross the border illegally? I've never thought about it. You've never thought about whether or not it should be a crime to cross the border. Yeah.
Can you think maybe right now and answer? What do you think now? Maybe no. Well, I mean, it's up to the administration and how it correlates to the different the thing. It's like, oh gosh, my gosh,
yeah.
What's these old geriatrics in charge? I'm so fed up with it. We want coherent speech.
Right.
That's it. You should be able to speak coherently if you want to be in a position of power, period.
And if you want to be attorney general, you should have at least been to the U.S. border one time, because it's going to be a huge part of your job. And when you're coming in to be an attorney general now, following the election and all the talk about big tech and big media and all this stuff, you should have some passing knowledge about Section 230. I was blown away when he's like, I don't really know anything about. I had one case. It was a straightforward application of 230. So, I mean, I've read the law, but I don't really know anything about it. I'm like, did you not know that this appointment was coming? Like, have you not been told about it? Did you not get the memo until yesterday? And you're like, oh my God, I got to get to DC and throwing on your suit coat. What happened here that you don't know? This is going to be a major issue. It's a bipartisan issue too.
Yeah.
We've had several hearings on it that both sides participate. They have different opinions, but it's all around the same issue. And he's like, I've never heard of it. I don't know about that.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. I mean, we had Google, Facebook, and Twitter, the top CEOs, come in front of the Senate 3 times last year. Like, where have you been, dude? Like, duh. And then he admits that he even read the law, but doesn't know what it's about. It's like, what? I've read the law and I know what it's about. I'm not going to be attorney general. I'm a YouTuber, but at least I understand what 230 is about. Come on.
It's a symptom of this thing where we've got reality, and then we've got the legal system in general. And the legal system is 2 decades behind reality at any given moment. One of my favorite cases is US v. Jones, decided in 2006, I think. Or no, it happened in 2006. I think it was decided in 2012. That's how long it took to get through the Supreme Court. But it's basically a guy who had a tracking device placed on his car by the cops. And the cops waited until like the day after the warrant expired to throw the device on his car. And so this ended up being a warrantless search and everything. And Scalia wrote the opinion. It's all fine and dandy. But by the time that Scalia wrote the opinion, and his opinion was this was unconstitutional because they put something on his car physically without a warrant. So that was a trespass to his property. Okay. It's like, well, that's fine. But by time 2012 rolls around, they're deciding this case. They don't need to put anything on your car anymore. They can track it by your phone. They can track it probably by the car itself. Many cars have built-in GPS. They can do this. And we're not addressing the underlying issue of, can the government literally follow you around electronically everywhere you go? Is that okay? Can they do that without a warrant? And we don't have an answer to that because Scalia said, well, you can't put something on someone's car. Like,
that was not really an answer.
Right.
Well, it wasn't answering the key component of that, in the new age of where we're living. Right.
Yeah. And so the reason I use that example, though, is because it took so long for them to decide it. And then they're deciding it on this old concept of property law, which is really important. Like, Scalia's reasoning is good for the reasoning he chose. It just isn't ideal for the situation because it's still behind the technology by, at that point, 6 years, and really probably even longer when we get down into it. And the court is like that. This guy's like that. So we've got, this guy's going to be the chief law enforcement officer in the entire country, and he doesn't know about the modern issues with Section 230, which will directly tie into prosecutions around trafficking and other things. So it's not like these are like, oh, we're just concerned about how Twitter bans people. That's not in the purview of the DOJ. But what things are being uploaded and how Twitter curates content and delivers that type of awful content directly to people at a rate higher than any other website other than Facebook, that is in the purview of the DOJ, and he should know how 230 functions because of that.
Agreed completely. It's ridiculous. The things that he didn't know about, like two of the top things, immigration, the whole Biden campaign, like there is, because of him saying all the things he said with amnesty and, legalizing citizenship, whatever, all that stuff. It's like there's now a mass migration of people coming to the south border. It's like, we know that's coming. So the attorney general should know. I think that alone, if you don't know about that, it's like, dude, you shouldn't be doing this job. And then to not be like Section 230, it's the new world that we live in. Like you have to be aware of all of this stuff. Is there anything else that caught you off guard that he said?
Well, I mean, most of it in general is just a big pain, but he had, they're talking about antitrust stuff. He seems to be, antitrust is a big part of his sort of portfolio, his law practice back when he was litigating in 1862.
And he doesn't know about Section 230?
Right. And he's talking about one of the big Section 230 related cases right now, and the big antitrust case is the US versus Google. So he didn't really have much to say about that. My other problem was they couldn't get him to say that he would go ahead and keep the special prosecutor who's looking into like Hunter Biden's laptop and investigating Biden's ties to China and Ukraine. He wouldn't say that, yeah, we're going to keep him on there unless we have good cause to fire him, which is what William Barr said. And he's like, well, I'm not going to say that. And it's like, why wouldn't you just say you'll keep him around unless you have good cause? You still have the out. All you have to do is find good cause, and then you can fire someone. And he was unwilling to do that. And that seemed to be, I'm not going to cave to what a Republican wants me to say, which I think the whole thing pointed towards, we've got a DOJ that's going to be run in a very partisan way for quite a while.
Or just straight up a puppet, dude. That's what it feels like.
Well, one of my favorite parts is they railed on Bill Barr for saying that he was, Trump's lawyer, not the people's lawyer or something. And then they asked him about the death penalty. They asked this guy about the death penalty, and he says, well, it really depends on if Joe Biden issues a moratorium on the death penalty. Like, what does that have to do with anything? They're asking, if a white supremacist walks into a black church and shoots a bunch of people like Dylan Roof did, would you push for the death penalty in that case? And he's like, well, it depends on if we have an all around moratorium on the death penalty. It's like, but you don't have that. So answer the damn question. Come on. What do you think? That's the whole point. Think. Right. So all I'm hearing is he's not, he doesn't have someone in his ear going, this is what I want you to say. Say this. He's going, I didn't get a proper answer to that question. I'm going to circle back to that. Yeah, we know at least we know either he wasn't wearing a studio monitor or it wasn't working.
Seriously, that's what it feels like. My goodness. But, I didn't see it, but
no, it wasn't unexpected. Frankly, it's a Senate confirmation hearing. He's going to get through. The Democrats basically can put through anyone they want. The Republicans can raise a little bit of a stink about it. They're not going to. This guy's been a highly respected judge forever. There might be a few dissenting votes, but I think mostly they're going to go ahead and approve him. They all seem to respect him. I don't know why. He might be a good judge. I don't think he'll be a good attorney general.
Yeah.
That's my opinion based on what I've seen so far, but it's not like I'm sitting here researching everything. I'm just going by the public hearing.
Yeah. Well, it's not really surprising looking at the administration and who controls the government right now. It's just like, they don't care. They're not even trying to hide it anymore. They're just like, whatever, we're in control. So you can go ahead and deal with that because we're doing what we want.
Joe's over there like, I want thick and chunky soup. Come on, man. Bring me the soup.
Kamala's like, can you just move him further so I don't have to listen to him while she's calling all the foreign leaders, making all the decisions.
Every time he looks at her, he's like, back when I was younger, you'd be serving me the soup and you wouldn't even be paid for it.
Oh my gosh. Brutal. All I can think every time I see them together is her calling him out for being a super racist during the debate. She was like, you wanted to go against busing. I was that young girl. And it's like, damn, like you realize that you guys are working together now. Do you think she thinks that every time she sees him? She's just like, I can't wait to take your job, you mother.
She's going what? 2023 January 21st.
Yes.
Dead.
You're done. 2 years, right? So that she could serve two terms afterwards.
Yes, she can get that 10-year presidency. So she can be the first woman of color to serve in the presidency and also do it the longest even possible. She's going for that platinum status.
Platinum. That's the real platinum plan. That's man. Oh, what a joke. Did you hear Biden's gaffe today?
Yeah. Well,
floating around?
I'm not. Is that a gaffe? Do we even know that's a gaffe?
I think it is a gaffe. I think
I do too.
I've been analyzing Joe Biden's gaffes. All right. And every time he's reading a teleprompter, he's terrible at reading teleprompters. He gets tripped up because he misses a word. And then he goes back and he melds two sentences together. He goes and he just like reads it and it doesn't make any sense. But if you realize that that's what he's doing, it's like, all right, he realized that he missed a word or missed a line. And then all of a sudden the context is gone. And I mean, it was pretty bad.
It was
today.
Great.
It was
right on the national or world stage, right on the world stage there.
I mean, it was fitting of a Joe Biden gaffe. I mean, gosh, it was so bad. It's like poor kids are just as, what did he say? What's the term? They're just as smart as white kids. It's like, what?
Or when he was talking about when he was a lifeguard and all the black kids were feeling his hair at the pool. And he's like, I learned about cockroaches.
Rubbing on his legs. It's like, did you just see that? Dude.
Yeah.
If I was Kamala, I'd be calling him and be like, dude, you are an a-hole. I can't believe you. Dude, it is ridiculous.
Well, if you were Kamala, you might actually be too busy putting more black people in jail. I mean, to be fair, I don't think she's a big fan of black people either.
What's up with that? What is up with that?
I don't know, man.
Both of them have a history of locking people up, man.
Two of the largest incarcerators of African-American men in the history of the United States are running the country.
Yep.
So I guess celebrate that victory all you want. And if people want to know why Trump had record turnout amongst African-Americans, I don't think that that's a small part of it. I really don't think that is a small part of it. I think that's a big part of it, is the fact that his competition has been locking up their sons and their fathers and their brothers, for decades now.
Decades, man. I mean, you go back to the crime bill and Joe Biden basically, I mean, he called them some really brutal names on the Senate floor. And not to mention, he took the ability to further yourself in jail. Like, that's my biggest problem with the crime bill. Like, if they were able to get a college degree, they were able to get their GED, finish high school and then go to college. If you had the ability to go to college, you could do it. But now he made it so that if you're in the system, you literally cannot do anything. You're locked in. And then you look at what Kamala is doing to these people that were locked in. Modern day slavery, man. That literally was going down in front of our eyes. Kamala Harris was forcing people to do cheap labor for pennies on the dollar, to do hard labor. What is that? What is that? What is that nowadays? Oh yeah. Is that not modern day slavery? Am I wrong? I could be wrong.
It sure looks like a 13th Amendment violation.
Sure seems like it. Yeah. And they were proven innocent, mind you. A lot of these people had been proven innocent, and she was like, well, we're getting a lot of work done. Maybe we should hide that evidence. This is all stuff that happened. All right.
Oh yeah. She's terrible. She's a terrible person.
Gosh, she's terrible.
My goodness. Need to apologize for her.
No, I don't. I can't stand her. Kamala actually translates directly to horrible in I don't remember what language.
All of them.
yeah, basically. Yeah, but back when I was on the IRL show or the Timcast show, we ripped Kamala apart when she was finally chosen. I don't know, it was July or something. We were just like, oh my gosh, we did a breakdown of how bad she was. So it was ridiculous. All right, let's talk about what's going on in Texas. All right, so
sure.
First off, Ted Cruz. I mean, what were they expecting Ted Cruz to do, right?
I don't know. I will say I like Ted. I do like Ted.
Okay.
I think what bothers me about Ted is I don't care that he went to Cancun because Ted Cruz isn't in the government of Texas.
Okay.
So whatever. Well, you didn't fundraise hard enough. Okay, fine. You can criticize that all you want. I will say what bothers me about Ted is that he somehow didn't see how bad this would look coming.
Optics.
Because he's a politically savvy guy. He's done so much since 2016 to become more likable, to become, I think, position himself to be a successor to a Trump presidency, to run in the future. And then to have him do this was just like, where did you get the idea that this would be a good look? I look at it and I go, I don't care that he went, but I care that he didn't see how badly he was going to get hammered for going.
Okay. See, my question, I tweeted this out, actually. I said, are actual Texans annoyed at Ted Cruz, or is it just people that don't even live in Texas? Like, these SJW types that, screech at literally anyone, the ones that got Gina fired. Like, they don't really care. They're just offended on someone else's behalf. So right now, I feel like they're all offended on Texas's behalf. Like, oh, if I was a Texan, I would be offended. No one cared.
I assume that's what's mostly happening. I mean, sure, there's going to be some any Texas Democrat is gonna make a show of it. Beto O'Rourke is gonna have his little field day with it. And that's fine. And of course, Ted's got a long way to go before re-election. This isn't a big deal, I don't think, in the long run.
Right.
But it was just frustrating to say, man, you are getting hammered ever since January 6th. And I think what Ted did on January 6th is not controversial at all.
Agreed.
But the party that won is writing the history now. And so they get to just go ahead and blast him. Like, you're getting blasted left and right in the media, by these politicians, by everybody. You got to be extra cautious for just a little while, personally. But as far as Ted Cruz goes, he's not the governor of Texas. He's not a senator in Texas. He can't do much of anything for Texas. But you know who could have done something for Texas?
Biden.
Of course, was Joe Biden.
Yep.
And chose not to. And that little fact is kind of being swept away from the media. Like, Texas is being blamed for not having good windmills, or their power grid is not hooked up to the U.S. power grid, and that's why this happens. Like, no. Actually,
so I got this. All right, this is an article written. Joe Biden's Department of Energy blocked Texas from increasing power ahead of enduring storm. So I don't know if many of you have heard about this. Texas knew that this storm was going to hit and that it was going to be bad, and asked the administration. Let me pull up this other. So the ERCOT, which is what Texas has, it's an interesting, basically a marketplace for energy. It's something different than the rest of the country has. I don't understand it exactly, but they knew to be able to handle the storm, to weather the storm, they were going to have to turn on some older plants. Some that were shut down because of environmental issues, and because we've been making a lot of changes in our environmental protection laws and policies. Texas is like, look, for us to handle the storm, we have to boot some of these up, and we're going to lose a lot of power. And the Biden administration said, no, you have these green energy things, use those instead. And they were like, all right, we're going to try. and it didn't work. Froze down, and people started dying. And guess what? Texas had to do it anyway. They finally, the administration said, all right, well, we'll do it. I mean, why didn't you do it in the first place? It's like that, that someone's beating you and being like, well, why don't you just stop acting like you're, a victim?
Just stop getting hit.
Stop getting hit. Yeah, come on. Dodge the punches. It's like, so Texas tried to do something about it. They reached out to the Biden administration, and the Biden administration said no. So it is their fault that those people died in Texas. If I was in Texas, I would be pissed at Joe Biden right now because it's his administration that stopped this from happening. I mean, it's ridiculous.
Not just the people who died. I read a headline today, and it was a guy whose power didn't go out. Okay. But power prices went through the roof. Right. So this guy's power bill from the storm is $16,000.
What?
Yeah, so
$16,000.
Yeah, if you guys haven't seen this, electricity prices spiked heavily because delivering it was problematic and expensive. Right. And then the other thing was natural gas heating stuff got really expensive because it got shut off to a lot of places. The gas plants and stuff went down. So there was natural gas is something like $20 a therm or something like that. I don't know it's $20 per whatever unit they're using. And during this thing, it spiked to $1,300 a unit. And
$20 to $1,300.
Right.
Oh my gosh.
And so, and it went back down immediately once once things got moving again in Texas, it went to normal pricing and stuff like that. But anybody who actually was able to get those services got absolutely gouged on price. And so now the question is, okay, are the feds going to come in and compensate those people? Like, because most people probably can't just fork out 16 grand for an electric bill.
You think?
Unless you're Al Gore.
Right.
Then you can. Like, look, that's my normal bill. But everybody else who lives in real America, they're not spending more than a couple $100 a month on electricity, and have it go that high is devastating. And what are they supposed to do about that? Right. And again, it goes back to this idea that this could have been avoided. Texas's grid would have been strained, but largely stable if they were able to open these plants. And the Fed said no.
Yep, exactly. Biden waited until, I don't know, 7 days, over 70 deaths at least. Yeah. I know that. Last time I checked, it was 70 people had died in Texas before Biden said, you know what, it's an emergency. We should declare this an emergency and take care of business. It's like they knew it was going to be bad, Biden. Why didn't you do it? Well,
to be fair, all the news reports came in at 6 p.m. and he was in bed by 4:30 after having his oatmeal.
There we go.
He got wheeled in out of the bingo room, and he went into his bed, and it's fine. So he just missed them. He missed those things, and they got stuck under a bunch of papers. His glasses were in the other room. He couldn't. He's like, "Come on, man! It's like 7 deaths. Like that's 70, Joe.
That's 70. Oh, 70? I mean, it's still not 400,000. It's like, dude, come on, man.
How did Trump kill people in Texas now?
Yeah. How is it Trump's fault? Somehow they're going to blame. Well, that's what they're like, oh, this is perfect. We could just slam Ted Cruz and then blast that on all the major media so that people are mad at Ted Cruz for some reason. Like they expected him to go install power lines or something,
I do know how it's Trump's fault.
Go ahead. Do tell, please.
I did see him playing golf at Mar-a-Lago, and he's looking a little globular, I'm going to say. Unlike the Earth, Trump is not flat. And I think he's blocking out the sun as it rose and casting a shadow over Texas.
Last time I mentioned flat Earth at all, I got a fact check under my live stream of just saying, according to the science, Earth is not flat. And I was just like, oh my God. Did they really just fact check me that I was not? Oh my gosh. So that's
and then you respond to it. You're like, do the math, fact checker. Can you even do it?
I love those whole fact checks, man. It's ridiculous. I saw someone in chat that said, "Hey, is Rekieta drinking? Is he drinking tonight? I hear you like whiskey. I hear you're a whiskey guy. I see some whiskey bottles there.
I do happen to enjoy a nip from time to time.
Oh,
I have a bottle ready, a very special bottle to me, anyway.
Oh, sure. What do you got? What do you got?
I've got this Kentucky Owl 10-year rye whiskey. It's batch number 4. It's the last batch that Kentucky Owl is doing.
Oh, nice.
Of their rye. And it's one of the best whiskeys I've ever drank.
Oh, that's a bold statement. So yes. Are you a rye guy? You like rye whiskey?
It's fine. I like all whiskey.
I like that.
I'm not a whiskey racist. I like ryes. I like bourbons. I like scotches. I do really like peaty scotches quite a bit.
Very much so.
Ever since, though, my biggest criticism of the entire Trump presidency is that he increased the tariff on scotch. And so, it went up like $20 a bottle. So since then, I've been buying more American whiskeys.
Wait, did you just pour yourself a drink?
I did.
Okay. Well, I mean, I've got to follow suit. Oh, a little Glencairn, huh? Oh, nice.
Yeah, it even says Rekieta Law on it, but
does it really? It's an official Rekieta Law, huh? I'm drinking. This is an Amrut whiskey scotch. It's well, I don't know if it'd be considered a scotch, but it's
because it's from India,
right? It's a single malt. They in the description. It doesn't say on there, but it came with a little description. They basically, the people who made this went to Scotland and like learned how to make peaty scotch and then took that knowledge to India. And it's actually really good.
Oh, yeah. I had a bottle of it. Someone sent me a bottle of Amrut a while back. I've got the empty somewhere.
Nice. Yeah, it's good.
But I was a big fan. I need to find out where to get more.
I got this. Someone hit me up on my Discord. They were like, I watched your show. Is that a Pappy behind you? They like saw the Van Winkle Family Reserve Rye. It's the most unique whiskey I've ever tasted. This has such a different taste than anything else that I've ever had. And,
I'm hyper jealous.
Have you tried this? Mm-hmm. Oh man, I'm gonna smell it for you right now. It smells good. It smells really good.
I can get that through the mic. This is great.
Can you? Did you? Let me waft it in there. No. Well.
Oh, it's wonderful.
Nice. Yeah. You got a few bottles back there.
Yeah, I've got
Writer's Tears.
Got a Kentucky Owl bourbon. I've got Writer's Tears. This was sent to me by a friend from who was in Ireland. They used to be the Jameson distillery, the Writer's Tears. So some people said that Jameson changed and the old Jameson is Writer's Tears and it's better. I don't know. They're both fine. This is a gin from Hawaii. This is
gin. Not a fan.
Oh, I like drinking gin straight when I feel extra depressed.
Yeah, because it's disgusting and it makes you feel disgusting. Is that why?
Because something like that. Then we got Old Forester, and then this is an 18-year Whistle Pig. Which is also good.
I actually hear good things about Whistle Pig. I've heard that before. Have you ever heard of Crigler and Crigler whiskey?
I have heard that you had a whiskey.
Check this out.
Do you still have a whiskey?
No. So the last Crigler who owned part of the company sold his shares in like 1907. So it was, I think it's still around, Woodford Reserve.
Yeah.
So Woodford and Crigler were Crigler were the distillers, and then Woodford Reserve were the ones who distributed it. But this is a bottle from basically 1900. This is 120-year-old. This bottle here, and what nice. I love this here. It says Woodland whiskey was selected by the Department of the Interior, July 1899. For use at the United States Government Hospital in Washington, D.C. So this is literally like hospital whiskey.
That's when hospitals were great.
Right? They're like, oh, you're that bone's sticking out here. Have some whiskey.
Get that hospital whiskey into him.
So I love that. I love this. Man, it's in my blood. The whiskey's in my blood, basically.
Yeah, and then the last bottle I have around is this one. I've got this
Ooh,
Whistle
the Boss Hog.
Boss Hog, the new one, the number 7, the Magellan.
Oh, nice. That's a great bottle. Look at that thing.
Yeah. Oh, and it's got the topper.
I love that. Look, is he wearing armor or something?
He's I think it's like a bullfighter.
Oh, cool. I like that.
Yeah, they had the last one was the Samurai Scientist. So here's the little topper from that one.
That is sick. I love that.
Yeah, it's good. I'm waiting to open this one for a special occasion.
Well, here. Cheers, mate.
Yes. Cheers.
Cheers for coming on my show. It's a great pleasure to have you.
Oh man, this is fun.
Oh, that's good stuff. I'm liking this Amrut. Yeah, it's I'm surprised actually that you think Indian whiskey and you're like, what is that going to be? But I like peaty and it was great. Yeah.
Yeah, I have jokes about what it could be, but it's none of that. But India isn't real either, though, right? Like
what's up with this? Places aren't real. India's not real. Australia's not real. Someone actually, I don't remember. Someone asked me like, "Hey, you better ask him about Australia if it's real or not." And I'm like, "Oh gosh, what does that mean?"
Obviously, they're not real.
And clearly, why? Because I've never seen them with my own eyes.
Okay, when you think about India, first of all, just think about this. Literally every service call you make goes to this magical place.
Okay.
All right. That's the first problem. The second problem is not only is like the Bob's and Vagine meme, like open Bob and Vagine, like that meme exists. But if you run into Indian people on Facebook, for example, and you're female, you find out that meme is based squarely in reality.
Okay.
So my point is, India is too funny to be real.
Is it really?
Yes, it's way too funny. I'm basically convinced at this point that 4chan has invented India, came up with everything about it, and then used that to go ahead and forward some sort of agenda. I don't know why, other than I'm not sure the motivation.
What's the point of this agenda?
It doesn't matter what the point of the agenda is. It can't be a real thing, because if it's real, it's too funny to exist.
What do you find funny about it?
I just told you several things.
Do you like Bollywood? Does that have something to do with it?
No.
No, you don't. It's epic, though.
Does anybody like Bollywood, or do we look at it in amused dissatisfaction?
You know those movies that are like so bad they're good? I feel like Bollywood learned how to make movies off of those movies instead of watching good, I don't know, like blockbuster hits. They're like,
I've seen Enduran. Have you seen Enduran?
No,
or Enduran or whatever? It's like this Indian superhero who's like a robot, and then he gets cloned into a bunch of evil robots, and he has to fight all the evil clones of himself. It's the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen. They turn into like a giant snake.
That's amazing. That's
I know.
Awesome.
It's too good. It's too much of a good production. Have you ever seen anything this awesome out of Finland or Norway or Britain? No, those are real places.
If you would have continued to send Sweden, I would have said yes, because there is one filmmaker. Actually, Muse, I think, worked with them to make one of their newer videos. Oh man, what is the name of that production company? There's some good stuff coming out of Sweden, just saying. And video games. Valheim, for example. Awesome game. 5 people. It's an incredible game. Only 5 people put that game. Have you tried it yet? I saw you were twitching.
No, I just bought it last night.
You did? Nice.
So I'll probably start playing it soon. That's what I was talking about with Gina Carano and the Daily Wire and entertainment in general. 5 people are making a game that is the most talked about thing. Before Valheim, it was Among Us. What, like one weirdo's personal project?
Among Us, it's so simple too. It's a very base graphics. It's not complicated, but it is the biggest thing about Among Us and Valheim, for example, co-op. Man, people come together and play fun stuff, and they're arguing. Oh, like Among Us in itself is like a new caliber of co-op game because it's so interactive. You have to have other people, and it forces you to interact and play with others. And Valheim is you can have 10 people rocking with you. Like last night I was streaming with Quarter Black Garrett, Ian Crossland joined me. We had a few others join, and it was a lot of fun. We were building, big old just mead halls, and it was great. Yeah, I had a great time.
Yeah, I wanna play it. I picked it up. I picked up Bannerlord as well on the.
I hear that's good. Ian's playing that a lot. Bannerlord.
I haven't played it. I do all of my gaming on Twitch, so I don't have a ton of time. I wasted a bunch of time playing DACA Squadron because I'm a Warhammer 40K fan, and so I'm like, Orc Flight Simulator. That's hilarious. And so, but then I was playing it, and I was like, God, the controls on this game really suck. And or I'm bad at it, or both.
Yeah.
There's potential for all three of those to be true.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's so I wasted a bunch of time playing that yesterday. I should have been playing, something better.
Well, I mean, these are your words, mind you. All right, and chat and everyone listening. I'm quoting him when I say this. Mm-hmm. He even himself admits he's not very good.
No,
he's not very good.
I'm not good.
But it's entertaining to watch someone who's not very good play video games because you get into it because you're like, I suck. Oh, I suck.
Yeah, that one. I don't think that stream was very entertaining with the DACA Squadron because it's just not a very. I buy all 40K games on principle because I want them to keep making them because eventually they'll make good ones. Okay. They've made like a couple good ones. Dawn of War 1 and 2 were good. And then Space Marine was really good. And then there's some other, like Mechanicus is supposed to be good. I haven't played it yet, but I buy them all just in case.
That's cool. Support the companies you appreciate. I like that.
Right. But DACA Squadrons is not there. It's missing some things from it. I don't know exactly what it is, but it's missing that je ne sais quoi. Whatever.
Yeah, gameplay is everything, man. I mean, there's been a shift. Actually, I feel like we're coming around. We're coming back around in games. I've been playing games since 1990 when my grandfather bought me a Game Boy, and I even played games before that, but that was the first time I had my own game, my own game system, and that changed everything. But gameplay was everything back in the day, and then there was this shift into like graphics, and it has to be just the graphics have to be amazing, and then everyone realized that it's like, well, if you only focus on graphics and don't have gameplay, no one's going to care about your game anyway because it's going to be boring. It'll be beautifully boring, but boring,
Well, and then they tried to eliminate that problem by making gameplay just literally watching a game movie.
Yeah, exactly.
But their stories are all bad, so there's no point. There's no point in doing that. It's like I could just go watch a movie where I don't have to click the X button every 12 minutes.
Yeah.
And that'd be
or
better.
Circle, depending on the situation. you could go circle on this one. Options. Ooh.
Right. So no, it's all about gameplay. That's the medium you're in. You're in the medium of games. And we saw from Black Mirror or whatever that they can make boring movie games. Like you don't need a PlayStation 5 or whatever it is now to make a boring game that you watch as a movie. They did that with Black Mirror, and no one liked that either.
Yeah, that's true.
So, the first couple seasons of Black Mirror are great, but that movie, like Choose Your Own Adventure version,
I never tried that one actually. Did you do it?
No, God. No.
Yeah, I didn't do it. I haven't done it yet.
No, Black Mirror, the first season of it was really good.
Agreed.
And then I think the second season is when they started bringing in random celebrities, and I was like, I don't really want to see. I don't want to see anybody I know in this.
Right.
I don't want that. So, but it was still pretty good. And then they did the thing with the weird release with Choose Your Own Adventure, and I was like, I'm out. I don't need this in my life.
Some people are saying it was bad. Some people are saying it was fine, but no one's saying it was awesome. It was totally worth it. You're wrong. Yeah, exactly.
There's a whole lot of mediocrity out there. I can find mediocre wherever I want to go. Look, Chipotle exists, okay? Like you could just go get mediocre everywhere. I can make a movie and make it mediocre. That'll be fine. I don't want that. I want something to be worth it. I don't have time anymore, man. I'm old and I got kids all over the place climbing all over me when I sit down. It better be great.
How old are your kids, by the way?
They range from 3 years old up to 13.
Nice. That's a good way of putting it. There's a range of 3 to 13. Nice.
Look, on any given day, I'll get one of the numbers wrong. So it's just I just have to know the 2 endpoints and know that the rest are somewhere on the number line.
Here, that's all you get. You could do whatever you want with that.
Well, I remember 5 numbers when you can remember 2.
That's good. I'm gonna remember that for future. All right, let's get into some super chats. I'm sure we have some questions for you.
Sure.
Aaron Weiss says, Nikki, my boy, do you have any idea what happened to Jim? I know he got the diagnosis and all, but I hope the guy is doing all right.
I know what Jim is Mr. Medicare.
Okay.
I don't know what happened to him beyond what everybody else knows. He got he has some sort of cancer, AIDS in the lungs or whatever, I think. And he's still on Twitter. Quarantine Coof is his Twitter. You can find him on there. So he has, for a while, he wasn't even on there. Everybody thought he died. But apparently he's alive on there, but he's not making videos as far as I know, which is a shame. I think the internet is a little bit less without Jim making videos.
Right on. Robert Weil says, I'm very grateful to those who have helped me with my GoFundMe. It's hard for me to ask for help. I've cried when I had to ask, so it means a lot. Be blessed. Thank you, Robert, for being open about it. And if you would like to check it out, he's posted it on my locals page, so you can go check it out if you'd like to. AdamCastIRL.locals.com. You can come check it out.
What's his GoFundMe about?
It's he's a disabled vet that has got some teeth work that he needs done and just needs some help. He's going through a rough point. So
gotcha. Hang in there, brother.
Yeah. Music and Fiction says, screw you, Rekieta. Australia exists. FB crammed. Right, because Facebook is blocking Australian news or something like that.
See, do you need more evidence that Australia isn't real? They ran out of budget to keep faking news out of this stupid country. Look, do you realize that they had to light an entire continent on fire to convince the world that it existed? And they did so allegedly with one bird. One bird, based Hawkman, flies in and lights the entire continent on fire. And
is that what happened?
Despite a whole continent burning, like 8 people die. Come on, this place, it's not real. Oh, it's a prison colony, right? Oh, yeah. We sent all of our prisoners to this huge island. They didn't just take them around back and musket them and bury them in a mass grave. They sent them all off to an island, which later became civilized and is home to the hottest women on the planet. No, thank you. We've got to stop buying into these lies. It's not true.
All right, there you have it. Pepsi Man says, thanks for having the Grifter King spin the UFO. All right, well, I'm spinning. Are you the Grifter King? Is that something you're known as?
I did win the Grift Champion of 2020 award.
Wow.
I beat out notable figures like Anita Sarkeesian, Ethan Ralph, Dick Masterson.
Wow.
Zoe Quinn.
I didn't see you on the Grifties. I don't know if you know Hotep Jesus. He did the 2020 Grifties Awards. It was small but fun little grifty awards. What awards are you talking about?
Is the Grifting Champion of 2020. This is the only grifting award. All other grifting awards that did not include me are, of course, racist.
Look, someone clip that and tag Hotep Jesus. Let's get that going.
Look, I have the lighting tuned up so you can't tell about my skin color. I find that appearing in whiteface does give me a little bit more, credibility on YouTube because of the systemic racism of the American people. And so this is what I have to do. But if you're going to keep me out of the grifting awards, then this is what you get.
Oh, goodness.
There's only one reason.
All right, well, there you have it. Friendly Neighborhood Sawyer says, I'm going to drink you under the table in Valheim Outcast IRL. Good luck. He keeps thinking he's going to drink me under the table, probably thinking he can drink you under the table. Clearly, we know our whiskeys and are big fans of whiskeys, so I don't think he knows what he's getting into.
It's a dangerous game.
It is a dangerous game. I do commercial plumbing at William and Mary College, VA, and the kids over here are taking Lysol/sanitary wipes and sticking them in their lips like dip.
Oh my God.
What? That's a
like
joke,
they wad
right?
them up, I guess, and then just
It's to prevent the COVID from spooling up in the lip area.
Now we can lick each other's mouth in peace.
Oh God, that's disgusting. Thanks for that little tidbit of information, though, Zydeman. Appreciate that. DJ Cogdill says, I just watched a documentary on the current state of North Africa and the migrant crisis between North Korea, China, and that. Have the UN and EU always been this useless about real world problems? Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah. That's simple. Simple answer, but easy answer. Yes. BG Willa, balls or no balls? That is the question. I don't know. What were we talking about?
Do you I mean, I know the context of the question. I don't know if you're
this was earlier in the episode too. Moving on. Jonathan Rodriguez says, what's your favorite Crigler coffee? I like the Ethiopian a lot. Nice. Mine is the Catalyst blend. Of course, the Catalyst blend is the one that's like my signature blend. I don't know if you know this. I have my own Crigler coffee business.
What is this? What is this? You're selling whiskey? You're slinging coffee?
I'm not selling whiskey yet. I would love to bring back Crigler and Crigler whiskey. I just got to find the other Crigler, you know?
Yeah.
So, eventually.
By the way, the correct answer is balls.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. We should have answered. Yeah. All right. Balls is it's in your court now. All right. America floats. Adamcast fans are salty fans and both want to keep America afloat. Come check out the channel. New tab, please. Much love, Crigler. Thank you for that love. I appreciate that. America floats. Yeah, I don't know much about it, but I'll check it out. Let's see. Pride of 84 says, Adam, you get all the best YouTubers on your show. Now you need EVS on, and I can complete my bingo chart. EVS. Do you know EVS?
Ethan Van Sciver. He's a good dude. He's a good chap.
I'm going to work on that. I want to help this person complete their bingo, you know?
Yeah.
All right. White Lasagna said, I got bored with it. I'm back to being white. White Lasagna. All right. White Lasagna. Every time I see his name, I feel like I have to roll the die. So he actually sent me this 20-sided die, and I roll it. And every time I roll it, some people in chat have to guess what number I get. They don't win anything, but it's something I do. So say when, and I'm going to roll it.
When. I realized that I was the one who had to say when. I was waiting. like, when's the chat going to say when? These guys are slacking.
All right. So the dice have been rolled. You all get it. The numbers are pooling in already because we've been talking about it and you waited so long for me to say anything, for do anything. All right. So people, man, you're terrible at guessing numbers today. Oh, wow. Here, all the numbers are rolling in. I'm not seeing it. I'm not seeing it, guys. Come on. I'm not seeing it. Wow. Seriously. There it is. Finally. Goodness. Angleby. What up, dog? Angleby is one of my biggest supporters. Shout out to Angleby. It is 10. You were the first person to guess 10. Congratulations. You won absolutely nothing. And moving on. Yellow
you must
Flash,
be very proud.
Yellow Flash just said justice for Fireman Steve.
Yes. Fireman Steve.
What up, Yellow Flash? How you doing? Shout out to Yellow Flash. And also, who is Fireman Steve?
Oh, man. So I'm on Flash's show on Saturday. We have a great panel going. We've been covering Redo of Healer. Are you an anime fan?
No, not. I couldn't say fan. I like anime, but I don't watch it though, you know, but I've enjoyed like my anime. When people are like, what's your favorite anime? I go Ninja Scroll because I remember watching that and being like, that was amazing. Like that.
Thank God you're like a human. That's good. All these answers are you're doing just fine.
Okay. Good.
There's an anime out right now. It's called Redo of the Healer.
Okay.
And I don't know how much we can talk about. We've got a family friendly show here, but long story short, this is it's like a fantasy world with like classes, like healers and fighters and all that stuff. And there are a couple heroes and everybody else is normal. This guy was a healer and, he didn't want to heal because when he would heal people, he would experience all of their life trauma. And particularly like what caused their horrific injury. So if someone got their arm cut off, when he healed them, he would experience that like empathically. Oof. And so it wrecked him psychically. So he wasn't, his psyche. So he didn't want to do it. Well, they needed someone to heal, so they chained him up and got him addicted to drugs and made him and forced him to do this. And they did all sorts of other things that start with R and rhyme with grape to him his whole life. Well, brutal. In the first episode, he basically punks them all, and he ends up getting a hold of this stone, which allows him to reverse time and go back and do his life differently. So what he chooses to do is go back and take horrific revenge on everybody who wronged him.
Okay.
And it starts with R and ends with grapes, or rhymes with grapes. Like, just, that's the whole plot of the anime. It's great. It's fantastic. So every Saturday we do a show. We talk about the latest episode of this because it's just so funny. Because people, you can imagine, right? Like the response to this thing.
My goodness.
And in the middle of the show, Flash goes over to Twitch because we're talking about like the thoughterry that's happening on Twitch. And he pulls up Just Chatting, and he scrolls down. There's this guy, this big giant guy in like a negligee. And his title of his Twitch stream is "Girls Do This on Twitch, Why Can't I?" And he's got like the donation board, like for every subscriber, he does 2 squats and stuff.
Okay.
And he like jiggles for bits. And he jiggles a lot. Like there's a lot of jiggle. This is Fireman Steve 73 on Twitch. So we're like laughing. This guy's great. And so we kind of we're on YouTube, he's on Twitch, so it's not official, but people start rating his chat and saying, "Hey man, you're awesome, great," and they're subscribing to him like crazy. His viewers go from like 200 up to over 600 viewers, and then Twitch bans him.
What?
They banned him, and they said inappropriate attire.
But
and it's like
women do the same thing, right?
Exactly. And this guy's out here. He's like, so he came on the show, and he's super chill, nice guy. And he's like, "Hey, I'm just out here spreading a message of body positivity. I'm a big fat guy. I'm okay with it. People need to be okay. If people say you're fat, you should be like, yeah, I am. That's cool, man." Yeah. And he's just this nice guy, like spreading love to everybody. And Twitch bans him. He's not some thought in a hot tub or something. Yeah. And it's really, really like, he's not political, nothing about that at all. He's just this guy. So they banned him, but he's back now. He was a 1-day ban. And apparently tonight he's going to be exploring the wonderful world of painting, which I think he's doing right now. So after this show, I'm gonna stop in. I'm gonna observe on his Twitch stream and just say hi and probably send him a little donation or something.
Oh, well, I definitely got to check that out.
I assume he'll be body painting.
Oh goodness, body painting for bits. Fun.
Yes.
Let's see. Robert Wiles says, "My first super chat was an update. It's not easy for me to ask for help. Thanks for all you do. Have a blessed night and life, Adam. You are a good man." Thank you, Robert. I really do appreciate you. Constant supporter of my channel. And shout out to you, bud. I appreciate you. Mark G says, "As a Texan, I don't care that Ted went to Cancun. He's pretty much useless anyway. Maybe he should have thought harder about his choice, but meh." Yep, exactly. Let's see. Zero Depressive says, "Okay, if there's a quote, if Trumps are the most annoying comparison, but still, does it register with everyone how biased the mainstream media is? Oh, hey, Adam. Hey, Nick. And hey, Mark. I don't really understand.
Yes.
Trump are the most annoying comparison, but still, does it register with everyone how biased the mainstream media is? It registers with me."
I think he's saying, like, if Trump is an annoying comparison, if Trump did this, if Trump did that.
Right, if Trump did this.
Yeah.
Oh, I see. Yeah, that makes sense.
I think he's saying that generally is annoying. However, the media is super biased, and doesn't everybody catch that? And yes.
They don't.
Well, we do.
Right, I was going to say, we do. Yeah, it's like, most people do, I'd say, but it's kind of a shame. Chef Tashur says, "I'm from Dallas. We don't care about Ted going on vacation. We do not want or need the left speaking for us. Thank you." Oh, that's nice. Bad Vibe says, "Let's get Adam to 1K so Nick does his Rudolph impression." Rudolph,
like the red-nosed ring. He's saying,
what do you got?
On my show at 1,000 likes, I take a shot.
We're at 1,200 likes.
Well, okay.
What do we need?
Am I supposed to take a shot?
No, you're supposed to. What do you do? What do you do for the Rudolph impression?
He's saying my nose gets red when I drink. He's being a bigot, is what he's being.
You bigot! How dare you? Well, his name
cute.
is Bad Vibes. It's Bad Vibes, so he's kind of playing to his name. Oh, that's good stuff. All right, Kolf says news for Nick: Fireman Steve has been unbanned. Well, it seems like you're well aware. Very nice.
I'm aware of everything.
He's an all-knowing lawyer.
If it's not important, I know about it.
Yeah. I'm the lawyer of unimportant things. Let's see. Anthony says, Adam, you make sure you ask Nick about his thoughts on Australia. Oh, we went over it. We got that.
This isn't the only thing, by the way. They've lost to birds twice. The hawk lighting the country on fire isn't the first time Australia has lost to birds.
What's the other time?
Do you not know about the emu war?
Maybe I don't. What's the emu war? Tell.
There's a flock of emus that brought Australia to its knees.
Seriously?
Its army armed with guns couldn't defeat emus. They were being flanked by emus.
They're vicious though, aren't they, emus?
This country emus are barely even exist. They only exist in a few zoos. They're genetically modified because they can't be real, because Australia isn't real.
Oh my goodness, I'm having fun.
Oh yeah, they lost to emus twice. The hawk was the third time. Do we honestly believe this? This is deep state in action.
Deep state, of course. That's got to be what it is, right? Helios says Nick nose is long enough he could probably smell it. That's probably maybe talking about the pappy behind me.
I did smell it. It was great.
I knew you would. I knew you could. John L says I have been a fan of Woodford for years. Now I learn that it's a Crigler legacy. Best day ever. Nice. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. It is kind of cool, the connection there. Red Mage 13, Nick. Great to see you on Adam's channel. Tuned in late to tonight's episode, but hope you and Adam have been having a great conversation. It's been all right. It's
adequate at least.
It's right where we like to live. Medium, the medium ground.
Look, if it's too good, we'll get too much exposure. That would be a disaster.
Yeah, we don't want that. We want to ride right under the radar of YouTube's algorithms. Mark G says, so when's the Crigler Law whiskey blend coming? Well, I don't know. Maybe we could talk about something, we whiskey guys over here,
Yeah.
Jake Dog says, Mrs. Crigler is the hottest thing out of Sweden. She's got some truth there. She is from Sweden. It's true. Hottest thing out of Sweden.
Yeah.
Let's see. The legendary Devil Hunter Dante. The game I always go back and play, or go back to, and is always a good time, is Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate on 3DS. Wow, 3DS is actually a quite an underrated system. Did you ever play Game Boys? I was a big Game Boy guy.
I had a 3DS for a little while. My kids all have them. Now, of course, they're 2DSs because they got tired of making the 3D screens.
Yeah.
But yeah, my kids all get one when they get to a certain age, and they enjoy the heck out of them.
Nice. That's cool. Yeah, I like it. It's fun. Alexander says you should play The Forest. I've seen my buddy The Fernk, who I'm rocking his beanie right now. He's played The Forest. I survival games. It's got to be the right combination of everything. Valheim is absolutely checking all the boxes for me. There's an end. Most survival games, there's no end. You just kind of survive, and then you can eventually get bored, and you're like, all right, I'm done with this game.
There's no Australian Valheim. If you take your boat to the end of the ocean, you fall off the disc. I'm not even joking.
In Valheim, is that the way it is?
Yes. Valheim is flat.
Valheim
is flat. Someone did it the other day.
I'm going to prove this tonight.
I watched the YouTube video the other day.
Where they go off the edge?
Yeah, they go right off the edge of Valheim. It's hilarious.
That's amazing. I
gotta ask you, how do you wear a beanie while doing a show in your studio? I am melting. I'm naked. This is a crop top.
Don't stand up.
Just below my just below the nipples, it's cut off, and I'm naked from the waist down. It is way too hot doing these shows to have a beanie on. You do it. Tim does it. Other people do. How do you do that? How do you live through this?
Well, I have a choice in the matter. Sorry. I that came out. Let me start over. I like I'm honestly I'm just representing my buddy Ferk. He just got some new stuff. I don't I don't have to wear the beanie. I was skating earlier. Actually, I was rollerblading. Tim bought the whole house rollerblades. The chat's going nuts. Oh no, that's bad. Anyway, I blame the whiskey. No, I was skating, so my hair was like I was really sweaty. We stopped at around 6, and I'm like, I should really go like prepare for this interview that clearly I care a lot about. So I was just like, I'll just throw a beanie on, like whatever, it's cool. I got a nice fan and a little variable control. I could kick it up if it's getting hot in here, but.
So do you? Okay, I forgive me for not knowing, but do you live in the house with Tim Pool?
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
How many people are in this house?
Honestly, I don't even know anymore because I have my own apartment inside. So I have the in-law suite with my wife. We have our.
Is this the Phase Mansion? Like what the what the heck is happening over there? YouTube is the weirdest place on earth.
It's an interesting situation, and people on the internet are constantly trying to like figure it out because I was on the Timcast IRL show one day, and then suddenly I was off the show, and most people on that show don't even know that I have my own show, and they don't know that I was actually fired from that show because of some reasons, whatever. I haven't told anybody. I don't talk about what happened there, but it's like there's a mystery, so people are like so curious. But then we were living in Jersey when it happened, and then he got this house, and then I moved here also, so people are like, what is it? Like, it's clearly not Tim and Adam. Like, what's happening? So it's this huge mystery. But no Adam, no peace. There's still people that really miss me on that show. So when are you
gonna dish the details? When's the NDA expire?
I don't have one, so I could. No, it's just honestly, it's because I don't. That's just not who I am. I don't care about that. Like I move forward. I do. I know. It's. But people, trust me. People want to know, man. They definitely want to know.
That's one thing about what we do that is simultaneously very cool and very frustrating, right? Mm-hmm. It's I've explained this to people because people are like, wait, you go online and people send you money to just talk to them. I'm like, well, I mean, it's not
talk at them, really.
It's a little more complicated than that. And they're like, I don't understand it. And I'm like, well, imagine this, because it's always older people. Younger people get this inherently, right? Like they know. And I said, imagine when you were a little younger and you were sitting watching TV and you're watching your show that you like to watch. What if you could have spent like $5 and impacted the outcome of that show, even in a small way, or gotten someone to say a line or to do something? Would you have done that? And they're like, yeah, probably. Wow. I get to participate in my content. And it's like, yes. Because of that, like then when something happens dramatic, right? Like you're on a show, suddenly you're off the show. People want access into that too.
True.
And so it's really cool because people get access to their entertainment in a very specific way. But at the same time, it's really frustrating because we're not always willing to dish on it. And some things are better kept private.
Yeah.
So.
Yep. Some things are. And there's always things going on under the radar that can't really reveal, but it's juicy. We'll just put it that way.
Oh,
I'll give you that. John L says, if strategy is your jam, check out the Total War series. Their main focus is historical titles, but they released 2 Warhammer games set in the age of Sigmar, which are dope. I see you shaking your head. Yeah, I mean, it.
Look, buddy, I'm not one to brag, but
but let me brag real quick.
I'm not any good at the Total War Warhammer games. However, I did buy the Kingmaker editions of both of them. I have like the multiple $100. I've got the stupid giant like collector's edition things. I know about them. Thank you for your information. But look, I'm already there. And when they announced the King's edition of Total War Warhammer 3 for whatever stupid price they put on it, I'm going to buy it. because I'm an idiot. That's just how it goes.
No, I appreciate that though. Like anything From Software does, they're the ones, Dark Souls, Sekiro, anything they bring out, like I will buy, I will pre-order, I will buy the best top version of it. I honestly, I got that PS5. Oh, you can't really see it, but I got a PS5. I literally got that because Demon's Souls was being released as a remaster on it, and I'm like, I have to play that game. If Demon's Souls didn't exist, I could wait for a PS5. Like, meh, but it existed. I was like, I have to play it. So that's the game company that I always support. It used to be Square Enix until I don't know what happened. They just started making all sorts of just crap games that I couldn't handle anymore.
Let's be honest about Square Enix. Although don't Square make Armored Core? Are they the ones who did that?
No, was that From Software that did that?
Wait a minute.
Hold on.
Mr. Producer, Google that. Yes, sir.
Yeah. Quickly. Let me do. Actually, you know what? I have an awesome chat. I bet people are gonna start dropping. Let's see. From Software. Yes,
it is From Software.
It is From Software. Nailed
Look,
it.
I love. I liked. I don't think they did Warhawk and Twisted Metal, but
they need to make a new version of Armored Core like nowadays.
Yes. And they need to release it on the Xbox because I am not buying a PS5 for that nonsense.
Did you get the Xbox?
Yeah, I accidentally got 2, but yeah, I did.
How did you do that? What?
Okay, so I finally broke down as like, fine, I'll buy an Xbox from a scalper just because I want one. And I just gotten a 4K TV. And so I found like on eBay, they were like $1,300 for an Xbox. And I was like, that's not going to happen. Yeah, but I found some auction website that would match you up with like a low price. So I got it for like $650, which
wasn't bad. For the Series X?
Yeah.
Oh, that's doable.
Yeah, that was fine. So I order it before Christmas, and it says your Xbox is going to come January 29th. I'm like, wait a minute. This is like, that's a month away. And so then I'm taking my kid to the dentist, and I had this habit of checking the Target app in my town to just see if they ever had one.
Yeah,
And Target and Walmart announced that they were doing an anti-scalper policy. And I think they canceled a bunch of the robot orders one day. Whoa. So it's like 11 a.m. and I checked the Target app and they had one. Nice. So I bought it and went and grabbed it. And so then what I did was once I eventually got the other one, I gave it to a family who had kind of a rough 2020. And I was like, hey, I know you guys have had a rough 2020. You got a bunch of kids. Here's an Xbox, and they're. I asked first. I was like, "Is it okay if you guys if I give this to your kids?" And the dad asked one of his kids, and the kid says, "Why would anybody get rid of that?"
No, you say yes. You say yes.
Just take it. I have 2. So I was able to pass that on to a nice family. But
dude, that is cool. Good for you. I like that a lot.
Wow.
That's badass.
Look, I wouldn't have done it if I didn't accidentally make a mistake.
Hey, dude, you were ahead. You say yes to those situations. It's the same here.
We're gonna go ahead and stay behind as much as possible.
No. Under the radar. Right. Oh, it's good. Let's see. Zarem says best crossover of this season in 2021. Nice. All right. See, we got some magic going on.
I like it.
This is Soban said in before fact check. Australia is actually a real place. Yeah, we got flat Earth.
I've never seen a fact check say Australia is real. Not once. I'm telling you. You guys have to consider this.
We've got the proof. Oh, that's good. I almost, you know what? I have to check. Actually, chat. Do I have any check fact check below? Just let me know. I'm watching the chat. Just a simple yes or no. Flood the channel. Yes or no. If there's a fact check, that would be hilarious. All right. Mr. Squiggle says, man, I missed most of today's stream. I didn't know Nick was going to be on the show tonight. You're still late and gay though, Nick. Jeez, my people are brutal. All right.
Yeah, no, it's true.
Do you know Mr. Squiggles, or is that a thing? Okay, all right. So you two have a thing. All right. So chat is reporting there is no fact check below my video, which is unique because I did a video where I literally said flat Earth one time, and like within 10 minutes, it was checked. Like flat Earth is actually not a real thing. Blah blah blah. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is ridiculous. Let's see.
I
Go
never
ahead.
see a fact check on flat as justice either. It's ridiculous.
Flat is justice. What is that?
Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about. Okay, moving on. Let's see. Gentle says Lysol wipes, forbidden licorice. Oh gosh, is that really a thing? Doing little.
I can't imagine it. Like that's got to be disgusting.
Yellow Flash 2 again. Here we go. Nick is a lightweight drinker. Don't let him fool you. Just like his gaming abilities. You know, he's just kind of you know.
I never claim to be anything I'm not. And I am definitely not a heavyweight drinker.
You're like, I'm already drunk over here. What are you talking about?
I was born drunk. No. I actually didn't drink until law school.
And that's when you started having kids. Is there a correlation or
it's no, it was I had my first kid before law school, but I started my drinking issue during law school. It didn't take long either.
So you admit it's an issue. All right, noted. Robert Weil says, my brother is a soldier, so is my nephew. I'm just in a tough spot. Please don't stolen valor me. I would never do that, Adam. I'm just in a tight spot. Oh, okay, cool. I didn't know that you I don't know what gave me the idea that you were a veteran, but I'm sorry for putting that out there. You know what? That was on me, not you. So don't worry about it. I'll take that rap. But I'm just in a tight spot. Needs help. Well, I appreciate you, and I hope you get all the help you need. Ivy became a member. Thank you, Ivy. I appreciate that. I have this. Check this out. There's a hotel bell that someone.
Oh, that's
like an antique bell.
Old.
Yeah,
that thing could run for Congress.
This thing's heavy. Yeah, just we go. Who's running the the house? Well, it's an old antique bell. Well, they'll probably get something done. You ask me. Friendly Neighborhood Sawyer says Crigler whiskey will be the best way I can support you. I'm gonna remember that. Friendly Neighborhood Sawyer. I'll remember that. Tim Hill says Streamlabs took down Revenge of the Sis and Matt Christensen without saying why or giving a refund. I think they need Ricky Nikita. Yeah, I mean, do you represent individuals with your law firm? I'm curious.
I do, but I don't usually take like those cases because I'm not licensed in their states. Revenge of the Sis is in Florida. Matt Christensen, I think he's from Minnesota, but I don't think he's here anymore. I think he's in like Montana or something like that. So I'm probably not the best person to do it. Like I said, I don't practice much. I have a couple active cases right now. And I tend to do them for free for people, who are local. But if you need like a firm with a lot of resources to go after a big company, I'm going to refer you to someone else. I mean, I'm going to get you better representation than I could give.
That's good. It's a good way of being. The American Savage says President Potato to celebrate his use of another flub with Harris going heels up.
Oh God.
That was a super chat, YouTube. I'm just reading the super chats. Guns Down says Legal Eagle knows Minnesota isn't a real place.
Look,
got a response?
Yeah. Legal Eagle is a soy-filled pile of garbage.
There you go. All right. Dr. Fox says, I don't know who this guy is, but I'll check out his channel. I'll take a shot also. Yeah. And if anyone is out there would like to follow him, his details are in the description below. You can find his Twitter and his YouTube handle and check him out. He's got great content. Max Ball says, rest in peace, Daft Punk. Wait, what?
Mm-hmm.
Did he die? Did Daft
No,
Punk?
They didn't die, but they called it quits today. 28 years or whatever. They're done.
28 years. Wow. Oh, well, that's a shame. John L says, Adam didn't know about the Emu War? Dude, you need to get me on your show already so we could do a Crigler version of Drunken History. John L is a history professor in New York. It's been dropping knowledge.
So he can tell you all about the federal conspiracy to promote Australia.
And have people believe it's a real place. Right.
And India. Oh, hi. We still have a caste system. Our lowest caste names literally mean garbage and trash and rat. Okay.
What is that? What's the lowest name?
Oh, so how many people? No, India. How many people from India have you met?
I don't know the answer.
Not many. Okay.
Maybe a few. I'm not sure. I don't
All
really
right.
go, hey, where are you from? You look Indian. Are you from India? Like, that's not, you know,
I
I'm like,
mean,
are you
come
cool?
on
Like,
now.
you're cool.
We're not gonna. Okay, I'm not gonna go too far into that. But seriously, when someone's name is Ram Prakash, like, there's
I'm not
really.
sure if I've met a Ram Prakash.
I have met a Ram Prakash. He's a great guy, super nice, by the way.
Okay.
Let me be very clear. Everybody I met from the fake land of India has always been. They're always the nicest people. I really do like them. But they have. When you start to meet multiple people from India, that you find out that they have a different number of names.
Okay.
Like you have 2 names, well, probably 3, and I have 3 names because we all basically have 3 names: the first, middle, last. That's a Western sort of European naming convention.
Okay.
In India, you might have 1 name and you might have up to 5, and it's based on this old caste system. And the number of names you have are indicative of the class level of your family. And so the lowest caste or class of people only got 1 name, and those names translated into like bad things like garbage or trash can or rodent or vermin or whatever. So again, I point this out because nowhere else does this. And I don't think it could possibly be real because it's hideous.
All right.
So,
well, the past, there's a lot of terrible things that went down in the past, but
still go on. This isn't in the past. This is still now.
All right. You're right. Yeah. Good point. Good point. You got me there. Nova Zero.
I do like naan though.
Naan? I do too. Yeah. I like
Naan
Indian food. Is it technically Indian food if India doesn't exist though? Where does the food come from?
Well, I mean, the food comes probably from seriously like California, like Hawaiian rolls.
Okay.
I don't know if you saw that King's Hawaiian rolls are being sued because they're not made in Hawaii. They're made in California. It says it on the package. It's not like a lie, but they're like, these aren't Hawaiian rolls.
I've been lied to my whole life. My whole life is ruined. Hawaiian rolls. Nova Zero says, listen, Nick, we didn't lose to no hawk. The kangaroos betrayed us. I'm not going to have your hate speech. Smoke some eucalyptus, bigot. Didn't you scam us like earlier? Stop being fake news, Nikki.
Hey, go get killed by a drop bear, Fed.
Whoa. Calm it down, you two. Calm it down. I'm trying to bring people together. All right? India and Australia is over there like, oh, F this guy. We're gonna get this guy.
One day I'm gonna be like on a trip touring South Asia, and I'll be like, oh, I can't wait to go to India. And I'll be at the border.
Whoa, sir, are you?
You cannot come in.
Is this you? Is this Ricky? You've been saying we don't exist. Nope, no. You turn and go. It's like, dang. You denied. Sleazy says, does the Emperor protect? I'm assuming that's Warhammer.
The Emperor protects.
The Emperor protects. Awake Not Woke says, awesome show. Love the guest. Any update on your firearm hunt/purchase? Keep up the great work and much love from SoCal. Are you trying to get a gun? Are you trying to get?
No, I think you must be trying to get a gun.
I've gotten guns. I mean, I bought a gun. We'll leave it at that. I'm not going.
All of my guns are at the bottom of the lake, man. I lost them. It's tragic.
I got guns, but then I lost them in a boating trip. Yeah. Byron Banks says, fruit boot type? Tweet them so wood pushers can shame. You know what? It's funny. Tim actually, I have them here. Look, these are the rollerblades that Tim got me. That's right. Inlines. We're both skateboarders. And I don't know why. I think he just wanted a challenge because he's kind of bored with skates. Tim Pool's very good at skateboarding. I don't know if people know this or not. He's very good at skating, and
I believe this zero.
He's good. You can look up his skate videos online. They're old, but I skate with him constantly. We have 2 skate parks in our house. We have one in the basement, which is a full half pipe. We have one out in the garage that we basically converted into a street park. It's pretty epic. So we
do live at the Faze Mansion. This is amazing.
Dude, this house is sick, man. You have no idea. We got target shooting in the backyard for bows and guns, whichever one you choose. We got 2 different sections. Then we got 2 different skate parks. There's a movie room upstairs. Everyone's got their own studio. Like I've got my studio. Nisha's got her studio. Tim's got his own studio. Tim Cass IRL's got a studio.
Tim gets 2 studios.
It's his house. I mean, he's allowed.
But I mean, that seems a little bit that's a little anti-progressive right there. That seems regressive.
Hey, he's a YouTube star. He can do what he wants.
YouTube star. Give me a break.
He's got over 1 million subs. That's a YouTube star to me.
But you know what? You know how you can tell? So you're always measured by the worst show you've ever been on.
Okay.
Right? Like that's what it is. Guess whose show Tim has been on?
Whose?
Mine.
Oh, snaps. All right. Remind me never to go on your show. So he's been on your show. When was that?
Yeah. He came on my show during the Shadowverse, or not the Shadowverse. What is it? What's that weird channel his brother started?
Oh, Subverse. And for the record, his brother did not start it. Tim definitely started it and brought his brother in on it.
Yes.
And there's a whole bunch of drama that went on there, and we're not going to.
We went through that whole thing, but Subverse was also the name of a certain video game.
Okay.
And so, an adult video game, we'll say, with adult content in it.
Okay. And
furries. Are you not aware of the Subverse video game?
I don't know about it. No.
Oh, you might need to look it up. So anyway, somebody made a video game. They called it Subverse, and it involves furries and adults and adult content. And so then Tim was considering doing, like pressing trademark on Subverse. He came on my show and we talked about it. That's what it was. Because for some reason people come on my show and talk about legal issues, which I enjoy very much. And he was a great guest. I'm not, we had a good time, but yeah, so that was the thing. So Tim has been on my show, and that will forever be to his shame.
Oh, that's great. Yeah, I mean, as far as I know, all the stuff that I've done is bigger channels than mine, so I'm going to keep it that way. Unfortunately, I guess I can't be on your show ever. But you can continue to come onto my show.
Hear the stabbing downward that Adam just did. Oh, my heart. Hey, now I have
I'm holding up a mirror, man. I'm just holding up a mirror.
Now I have to out-sub you. You've now laid it down. Now I have to out-sub you and be like, come on my show now, you punk.
Hey, if you have more subs, I'll be happy to come on your show. These are your rules, man. Your rules. Oh, that's good. Mavis says, did you check out Andromeda yet? I haven't, but I didn't know this. Kevin Sorbo, who's super based. I don't know if you follow him on Twitter. Dude is super based, and he's very entertaining. And I watched Hercules as a kid, and it turns out he did a Roddenberry series called Andromeda, where he was flying through space. I didn't know this, so I'm going to get all hyped and watch that one day. I'm very excited about that.
My grandma met Kevin Sorbo.
Wow, that's a great story. Thanks for that.
It was so funny listening to her talk about these like old ladies picking up Kevin Sorbo from the Tyler, Texas airport, driving him around. He's like, "Oh God, get me out of this car immediately!" Like 90-year-old women are like, "You're very handsome. Oh,
can I feel your muscles?" And they did it while asking him too. They're like,
"Why?
Can I
why?
do
Yes,
this?
You can." And he's like, "Eolus,
right.
save me! Save me, Eolus!"
And he's over there just laughing. Oh, that's good. Samurai Knight says, ask Adam about his views on at now from Sat Stream. What does that mean? At now from Saturday's stream. I guess it's Saturday's stream. At the sign at NAL. What is that? Do you know what that means? Ask Adam about his
What's
views.
now? What's NAL?
I don't know what NAL is. I'm sorry, Samurai Knight. I don't know what it means.
Hiding the truth.
Yeah, I don't know. Oh well. Justin Mason says, I'm listening while playing AC Valhalla at Assassin's Creed. I don't know if you like the Assassin's Creed games, but the Viking craze seems real. What do you think that is about? White supremacy.
Yes.
I'm just kidding. But someone's blaming it. You know what I mean? Like, geez, I don't know.
I think there's as a non-joke, I think there is something slightly to it. I don't think it's white supremacy, but I do think what's funny is I think entertainment was on the cusp of this idea that there are a lot of people kind of looking back to their history. And I think maybe Viking history and mythology isn't as told as we thought it was. And there's a lot of interest in it. And I don't know if it has anything to do with white supremacy, but I think it has a lot to do with cultural heritage and people going, you know what? I'm learning a lot about other cultures. But what about where I came from? Like, what about Nordic peoples in general? Like, why aren't we allowed to talk about this stuff? So it's funny that entertainment ended up being kind of ahead of it, because entertainment would, of course, denounce any idea that we should talk about.
True.
About
YouTube, like, they got their finger over the button, like, say something else, man. Say it. Banned. Don't do it, YouTube. We're good. We're good.
Yes.
Bad Vibe says, wait, Adam, are you admitting to living the PS5 secured meme? I mean, no, I love my PS5. What are you talking about? I love
Did Tim Pool get you that PS5?
No, I bought it my dang self. He scalped 2 of them.
Sure.
I was one of the first people, and shout out to Chat, because Chat actually hit me up. They're like, hey, are you going to try to secure a PS5? And I was like, oh, let me try this. And I pulled up Best Buy, and they were available, and I pre-ordered one. It was pretty great. Let's see. Jane Doe says, FYI, Nick has a Black prosperity pastor voice. I believe it. You don't have to bust it out if you don't want to. But
you might not want me to.
I believe you. We'll wait until I go on your show for that one. Whenever that happens. Chef du jour says, to identify real Texans, say the phrase, the stars at night are big and bright. Real Texans will finish the song for you. You are a real Texan. Do you want to finish the song for me?
I just did. It's the clap, 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 and then it's
deep,
and it's deep in the heart of Texas.
There it is. Nice. Well, I'm not a Texan. Let's see. Space Force Commander says, Adam's beanie of peace. I like that. All right. Mr. Squiggle says, I got into whiskey because of Nick. Right on. You are creating alcoholics. Congratulations, Nick.
Look, I'm trying to do the world so many favors.
Jonathan says, okay, Nick, Kermit voice to enlighten Crigler about your choice of topic. Let's hear it.
I hope you understand that the Muppets got a offensive content label on Disney Plus when it was released over the weekend. I think that's a bunch of hooey. I'm going to ream these. This is a family friendly show. Never mind.
Thank you for stopping yourself. I do appreciate that. Good breaks. Very nice. And I did see that. What's up with that? They got some sort of a label.
Yeah, when you go on Disney Plus and click on the Muppets, apparently it's got an offensive content warning label for bad portrayals of cultural groups or something.
Oh my gosh. That's ridiculous. The world is
I'll be
ridiculous.
covering that tonight on my show, and we may have a statement from Kermit. Actually, all of your offensive statements may be read by Kermit on the show tonight. So
awesome. So tune in for that. If you want, that's going to be on your YouTube channel.
Mm-hmm.
So check out right in the description below. You can check out his YouTube channel and go watch that. And you're going to be tuning into Twitch as well to I forget his name.
Fireman Steve 73.
Fireman Steve 73. Let's see. Anime on Edge says, how long do you think it will take for YouTube to start fact checking that Australia and India aren't real in videos? Keep being awesome, Adam and Nick. Thank you. Who knows? I'm surprised it hasn't. We haven't been fact checked already, because between the flat Earth and Australia's fake, who knows?
If I can get YouTube to fact check Australia being real,
you win.
It will be a crowning achievement of my entire life.
I'll be proud of you. Blaster Master says, Adam, here's $5 so you can say, Daddy, no. I could have said it in multiple ways, but I chose that, so it's not as glorifying. You're going to have to give me $10 for a different version. Let's see. Zerum says, Nick in Jordan Peterson's voice, smash that like button. Let's hear it. Say smash the like button as Jordan Peterson. Go.
What I really need you to do is to go ahead and pull your shoulders back, put your head up, and smash that like button. After that, you go ahead and clean your room and wash your balls.
If you haven't smashed that like button, though, I mean, it's about time. Although the smash to like ratio is very good, very nice. Thank you so much, everybody. You guys are fantastic. And if you haven't subscribed, I'm terrible at YouTubing. I should have said this before. Please subscribe below if you feel like I've earned your subscription, and definitely go subscribe to him because he's funny and is a little more spicy on his channel than he is on my channel, and it's very entertaining. Let's see, Yellow Flash again. Oh, wait, I just had a super chat jump. Here we go. Adam, you need to watch the first 2 episodes of Redo of Healer. Make sure they're uncensored. Where I don't even know where I would do that.
I'll send you a link. I'll send you 2 links.
All right. I'm excited. Woo. Mr. Squiggles, I'm going to see Vic Mignogna this weekend in Jersey, hopefully. Oh, that's cool. Right on. Is it a comedian? Is that who that is?
No, he's an anime voice actor. I covered his lawsuit very, very heavily. He also, I mentioned a friend sent me some writer's tears. That was Vic. Oh, cool. He's a good dude.
Right on. Mark G says, so if my coworker only has one name, which they do, are they fake or an optical hallucination implanted by the government? Real questions here. These are some real questions.
They're obviously the person standing there is real. Their origin story has been faked.
Oh, so they have the hallucinational implant from the government.
It's not. Right? It's Fed pay. I mean, Fed pay is good pay. There's good benefits. Look, for one Bob's and Vagine, you could secure your entire family's future. You'd do it too.
Okay. All right. I see it. John L. says, Portuguese merchants who started the Atlantic slave trade, by the way, were shocked by the brutality of India's caste system. It's bad. I don't know much about it, but I mean, supposedly this guy says it's not even real. So is it bad, or is it just a really terrible story that people have been, spouting for years and years? The X-Files. Black Dragon says, Nick, the balls or no balls question started by the game developers of Subverse. Did you know that?
Oh no.
Did you like that one?
I had no idea.
I don't know if it's true or not, but it is kind of funny.
It is funny.
Let's see. El Malachi says, ask Nick about his Chad Dad streams.
Yeah, I do.
Wait. Do I even want to know?
Oh, sure. No, it's very simple. I have a couple of dads on, and Doug TeNapel, Larry Blydner, and a friend of mine named Ty Beard. And we just talk about what it's like to be dads, to be men. Because I think that's something that's being lost these days in general is masculinity and what masculinity means. We get wrapped up in this, it's toxic masculinity. Stop it.
Literally, to those people, every single masculine everything is toxic to them. Any kind of masculinity is now suddenly toxic. Right. It's lost all meaning. But you know who I think of? Jack Murphy. You should check out Jack Murphy live.
Okay.
Yeah, he's a dad, super based. Definitely, he started something called the Liminal Order, which is a men's. I don't know if it's exactly a men's club, but it's about bringing back actual masculinity and being okay with it, and that's everything you were just saying. It basically reminds me of stuff that he's doing. So maybe you two should talk. I'm sure you'd get along.
Yeah, it's just, and it's nothing crazy, right? It's just the idea that you can be okay, being stoic and enduring things, and and you can also be nice to your kids, but not forgive every single thing that they do, and not say that everything they do is okay, because it's not. It's our job to tell them no.
Exactly. Yep, the balance, man. It needs the balance between nurture and tough love. See, Calvin says, Nick, where is Jim and Imperial Fist's best 40K?
Jim is probably at his house with all sorts of tubes hooked into him or whatever, so he can type on Twitter before dying. Imperial Fists are not the best 40K, but they're pretty good.
Right on. Mavis says, Tim is an Australian woman on his show right now. Tim has an Australian woman on his show right now. Does he really? I should go march in there and be like, it's fake. It's fake. Your country's a lie. And then just walk out.
But then you'd got to be like, you're probably a hot woman, though. Because Australia, man. I'm telling you.
Well, there you have it. There you have it. M Tank says, Adam, serious question. Serious, important question. Was Rackets late to the interview? Has he boomered the stream yet? Rackets keep you negative teens weather. All right. There's a lot to answer here. Yes. No, he was on time, actually. And in fact, it was great. He came in and I was like, I'm going to put you on hold and I'll be back. And I walked away. It was great. Let's see. Has he boomered the stream? No. I mean, you ride the line fairly decently. Good for you. Very nice.
Okay.
And Rackets keep you negative teens weather. Yeah, Minnesota, man. I've spent a lot of time in Minnesota. Winona. My uncle has a farm outside of Winona, so I've been up there a few times. It's nice. East Coast Minnesota, and Twin Cities is just it's kind of East Coast still, right? I mean,
it's pretty close to the eastern border, but it's only because that border comes in, like, it comes in from Wisconsin. But
right on. Let's see. Vladstein says, you think Winnie the Pooh is banned to be made in China? I don't know anything about that.
I hope so.
I hope so. Bad Vibe said, so, Adam, if the boomer on the other half of the screen gets his convention going, how would you party crash it? He would be dead to me.
Oh.
No, I'm just kidding. I'd maybe give you a shout out. I don't know. Who knows?
That's the spirit.
Yeah. Blaster Master says,
look, when he gets more subscribers, then I'll shout out his convention.
If he ever gets more subs than actually, you might have more subs than me. I don't actually know.
You're ahead of me. You're ahead of me by exactly 33,000.
Say it again. No. Say it again.
You're ahead of me by 33,000 fake Australians.
Woo! Shout out to my fake Australians. Actually, it's cool. I do have people all around the globe that watch my show. It's pretty cool. Blaster Master says, can Nick read this upside down? Well, he can't actually see these.
It says woke is good. I saw it.
Did you see it?
I saw this communism.
He was able to read it. Nice. And so that was from Blaster Master, by the way. Now this is from Master Blaster. Just to differentiate, these are two separate super chats, two different people. All I'm doing is representing the superior master of blasters. Okay, thank you for putting it out there. 2012 Jameson says the Drex stream. Ask about those shows. The Drex streams. People want to know.
So Drexel is a friend of mine since we were in middle school.
Okay.
And he comes on. Drex is very MGTOW. Very much a MGTOW. Okay. And he's not a fan of black women. Drex is a black man. Let's be very clear.
Okay.
So he can't be racist. But if he could be racist, he would be racist against black women.
I'm sure there's people out there that will label him as for having a preference is racist.
If you Google me even a little bit, you will find, and like click on the images tab, you will quickly find a picture of me in blackface. And that was me dressed as Drexel. That picture will follow me forever. People are like, are you going to run for politics? I'm like, I don't think so.
Not after that incident.
But it had nothing to do with traditional blackface at all. It was literally just me dressing up as my friend who was at the party with me. It was a funny gag, but
you're like, no, I was him. I was him.
Yeah. So he started coming on my channel to like shut down that sort of line of questioning. It didn't help.
No, they're like, we don't care. You're canceled.
They're like, you are racist. I'm like, literally not. Like most of my friends are actually black because I'm probably racist against white people, but okay, whatever.
Right after the show, he's going to be like, man, it was so hard to interview with you because I don't normally do these kind of interviews.
That colonizer. This is so disgusting.
And it's like, I don't hang out with people with beanies on. I'm discriminatory against beanies. Let's see. Amtank says Rackets should introduce Drax to Adam. Sounds like a fun dude.
He's great. He's great. He's really hilarious.
Nice. 2012 Jameson again says warn Duchette and Lemon that beer bug causes low testosterone. They can't lose more testosterone. What? I'm guessing this. You know what this means.
Yeah, those are two lawyers who have notoriously low testosterone. One of them has a ridiculously low bank account, but he tries to make up for it in Twitter followers. Unfortunately, bankruptcy records would tend to argue otherwise. But yeah.
Brutal.
Adam, how many things in your life have you crowdfunded?
I crowdfunded for other people, not for myself.
So like if you had if you're like, oh man, I have sleep apnea. Would you crowdfund for your CPAP machine?
No.
Like hypothetically speaking, if you were a lawyer.
No, I
alleged practice.
Wait, this is something this person actually did for a sleep apnea? This is an actual example.
Yeah, for a CPAP machine.
I can't sleep.
He outraised it, and he just let it go. He just kept it up, and he's like, well, I'll just keep letting people donate to this thing forever. Raised like $9,000.
How much are sleep apnea machines? Like $500 or something?
Yeah, $500 to $1,800, something like that.
Okay.
He just kept it going. Now, I mean, granted, he was bankrupt at the time.
Okay.
With an active bankruptcy thing, and I who knows if he reported the income or not, but he's got a lot of Twitter followers, so he's very, very cool. He also has pictures of him dressed up in a daishiki, like an absolute embarrassment of a person. He's white and bald. Just to be very clear, like him dressing up in a daishiki is no, he wears a daishiki. I've told you this. I don't know why you're not listening to me.
I know, I'm having a fun time though. That was not about him. Anyway, let's move on from that one. The Physicality channel says people all around the disc watch this show. Nice. See what you did there. Now that will get us the fact check below. They're like, finally, all right. YouTube's like hitting the bunny, like, we did it, get him. Sorry, YouTube.
Yes.
Byron Banks.
Look at the shadows on these sticks. We got 6 in 2 different places. The shadows are different. It's a globe.
I mean, that's how they figured it out thousands of years ago.
If thousands of years even happened. The Earth was only made 6,000 years ago. You can't suddenly tell me that thousands of years ago they were doing math. Archimedes isn't real. That old.
Well, 6,000 years ago, 2 + 2 = 5.
Actually, and then it equaled 4 for a while, but now we're back to 5.
It feels good. All is well. All is well in the world. We're back. Byron Banks says Adam has no clue who Chris Chan is. Tell him. Who's Chris Chan? I don't. What? I'm new in this internet world. What's going on?
Look, I am not a Chris Chan expert. So Chris Chan is the creator of a character called Sonichu, which is like if Sonic and Pikachu banged one out and had a baby, that's Sonichu. And I believe he actually believes that the world of Sonichu exists. He makes comics about it. There's a lot to digest with Chris Chan. I think Christine is her name now, is a very exceptional individual.
This is some interesting artwork that I'm not going to show.
Yes.
Because wow. All right.
I'm glad you did that. That made me happy.
I had to look. Interesting. Cool. All right. Wow. They probably liked that movie Subverse.
Maybe.
Oh man, this has been fantastic. Nick, thank you for joining me tonight. I'm going to give you the camera, and why don't you just tell people what you do or how to follow you, what you're up to, your future ventures and all that good stuff.
Oh yeah, very simple. Hey guys, thanks for hanging out with us. You can follow me on YouTube. Subscribe at youtube.com/Rekieta Law. It's at the it's right right there, Rekieta Law. That's how you spell it, with no space for YouTube. Or if you Google Rekieta or anything, you'll find me. You'll find me in blackface, and then you'll of course find my YouTube channel. We cover legal topics and legal issues, and also pop culture and political stuff. But mostly we just have a fun time. I do a live stream every weeknight at 11 p.m. Central. So come check it out and get all the memes and the jokes. And it is a little bit spicy depending on how much I drink. So there you go.
Well, it is rather spicy, and it is fun to watch your shows. I've been watching them as of late, and you are fun to watch. So definitely go check out his stuff. And thank you all for tuning in. I will be back tomorrow with Adam Townsend. He's going to be joining me. We're going to be talking about his podcast that he's been doing for a long time. He does a lot of interviews. He's also rather based. So we're going to talk about some stuff, and it's going to be a great interview. Lots of good stuff happening this week. So thanks for tuning in. I'll see you guys next time. Have a great night. Peace. Bye, everybody.